Love, um, love is a mystery, a sort of mythology. I've always thought.
Last night, when we were young, love was a star, a song unsung. Life was so new, so real, so right. Ages ago, last night, today, your world is old. You run away.
So it was all
darling.
at her breast, the dropping of daylight in the west.
Daffy,
Bound
darling.
cherries and our fishes fool. He was always a fool. Always. He never once listened.
Daffy. Daffy, come and listen to this song.
You always knew. You knew, but you didn't care.
I don't agree with any of those things you're
Everything
saying.
I did, the baubles, the jewels, the glassware, I would come home and it was a living visual symphony. And you were salivating on my demands.
Me and Peter were very happy together.
So now, let's reminisce and recollect.
You never knew.
Down in the great.
How could you understand love? Is it easy for you?
Love is never easy,
Well,
I think.
you've never made much of an effort. You've tried.
Love never...
You've tried, but you haven't.
Love didn't want me. Love ran away from me.
You didn't want love.
I welcomed love with my open arms.
You never wanted love.
I don't...
She never wanted love.
I'm just...
And that was why she fell so hard.
I'd like you to stop criticizing me for wanting love. I'm human, after all, and...
You never knew what you wanted.
Grip in my heart all along. Play the barbershop call.
Mr. Jefferson, Lord, play that barbershop call.
Play the barbershop call.
Leave him alone.
Sweet harmony makes a terrible, terrible, terrible hit with me.
Leave him alone.
That's right.
There was a vision. I can't explain it now. It was victory. It was contentment.
Oh yes, Daffy has always been victorious.
It was the marvels of my youth.
And I was
God
no longer
forbid the creature I would become.
what the future future might reveal.
I need you, Bambi!
Who stole my heart away? Who?
You're so rude.
Ever come true? Seems as though I'll ever be blue. Who means my happiness? Who would I answer yes to? Well, you ought to guess who. No one but you. Oh, babe, won't you roll them eyes? I just idolize. When they look at me, my heart begins.
Why?
I'm a tool for you.
I never wanted you.
I never wanted you. You think I wanted you, Daffy? You think I wanted this life for me?
You always wanted me. You knew you loved him.
Yes, I love
You knew you loved him.
Come to my arms.
I know. I know you know. You were always a scarecrow.
One little daybreak.
And he took you from. He told me.
No.
There's no point. There's no. Ah! There's no point. How dare you look at me that way? How dare you tell me what I've done with Peter and confiscate my love and smack me with your brutal dishonesty? You've never once loved a human, and you're a whore!
When you start that minor part, I feel your fingers slipping and a grip in my heart. Mr. Jefferson
Peter was the only thing in my life worth living for. You took that from me, and now look at what I have left. I'm stuck here with you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
The first time that I met Peter, he looked at me and he said, "Daffy? Daffy," he said. By God, you are the most kind woman in New York.
Peter who?
Don't pretend. Don't block him out any more than you possibly can. You always envied Peter. You did. You envied him.
Peter?
You envied
My
him.
husband, Peter.
You always envied what I had with Peter.
Who are you to tell me who I loved and who I didn't? I'm sorry. Daffy, I don't know what came over me. It must be the wine.
Bambi was always off. This week I'm at the circus.
Never off.
This week I'm at the theatre. This week I'm going to see the new Monet that's being hung. She always was a slut for Monet. I never wanted to be together. I never did. I never wanted this. Never once. I never wanted this.
We were happy.
I had a life. I had a life, Bambi. I did. I had a life before you, and you.
We had a life together.
You hurt me.
What did I do?
You didn't do. You never did. But you never loved him. You didn't. You never. He would tell me, he would say. And he did. He told me. He said, Daffy, you are a one-time superstar.
I'm not your husband, Daffy. I couldn't.
I don't want you as my husband. I don't. I wanted Peter, and you smacked me, and you hit me, and you cried at me, and you always put everything on me, and you threw my jewelry at me, and you made me into a pig. You did. You turned me into a pig, Bambi. You did. And
that was you, Daffy.
No. No, it wasn't.
It was.
Why?
I I forget things.
Why?
But we were at the Heston.
Bambi, it's like I tried to love you and I can't. I can't. Yes, I remember. I remember because Peter was there too.
It brings back memories.
It was always in couture. Always.
Listen, stop it.
Listen. So
never once you introduced me. What? Oh, stop it with your crocodile tears. I've seen it all my life. I'm not listening to this crocodile tears.
That spring
Listen to my little Archer. I don't understand.
You couldn't. You never understood Peter. And the Hermes. Ugh, the Hermes. The Hermes. I would wear my Hermes, and I would come home, and I would relish in luxury. And then Bambi would come along, and she hated me. She hated me for it.
But Hermes was my favorite.
Oh. I polished my knife this evening. I did.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to cut yet, but I polished it. It's ready to go. You slapped me. That's when I knew. That's when I knew where your priorities were, when you slapped me. I
never laid a finger on you.
When you slapped me, I said, Daffy, you are strong, and I am strong. But Daffy, Bambi is Mary Magdalene.
What do you mean by that? What are you trying to say?
I've never had compassion for someone who surrenders their love for the devil.
And I never surrendered the love for the devil.
You always knew. You knew, but you didn't care.
I don't agree with any of those things you're saying.
Everything I did, the baubles, the jewels, the glassware, I would come home and it was a living visual symphony. And you were salivating on my demands.
me and Peter were very happy together.